Hello, and welcome to the 1912 election interview with former President Theodore Roosevelt, a man known for his unique approach to presidency, his outgoing and hardworking personality, and his love for nature.
Thank you, Mr. Interviewer, sir. It's such a treat to be in your presence during this interview.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Let's get right into things. Why did you decide to leave the Republican Party and create your own, knowing the potential risks involved?
Well, I felt that I was a better Republican candidate, but Taft unfortunately won the nomination. I wasn't willing to succumb to defeat that easily, so my supporters and I decided to form the Progressive Party. I'm a firm believer that we need to take aggressive action now, and Taft just isn't the man for the job.
Thank you. Would you mind explaining the goals of your newly formed party and how you might go about accomplishing them?
Of course. The Progressive Party is based on the ideals of a reform system called New Nationalism. We believe that many aspects of the American lifestyle need to change, and the best way to go about that is with the help from the federal government.
Do you mind giving an example of what you believe needs to be changed within the country and how the federal government might be involved in such an issue?
One of the largest issues I see with American society today is the lack of protective laws on labor. One of the best examples of this is child labor, which I believe doesn't have strict enough laws and regulations. With help from the government, we can put these much-needed regulations in place, protecting the future of America.
Well said. What might be some other objectives you wish to accomplish during your presidential campaign?
Something I love to do is give more rights to the women of our country. For example, giving them the right to vote and giving them minimum wage. I just don't believe in my heart that it's right to treat the ladies in this manner. And with the help of the government, we can improve these conditions through laws and company regulations. That brings me to another desire I have, which is to continue breaking down monopolies and unfair business. I believe there are too many companies out there that don't even let the little guys have a chance to their business ventures, which just isn't right.
Very ambitious, I must say. Now, would you mind explaining why Woodrow Wilson isn't a good candidate for president?
Oh, could I? I think he's going about things the wrong way almost entirely. But I'll leave you with this one thing. Wilson's so-called New Freedom Party is nothing but a joke. For example, he wants to instate laws that protect consumers from unethical and predatory business practices. But the second he just wants the government to step back and pretend like all will go according to plan. Does he not realize these businesses aren't dumb babies and bend to every whim of the government? They'll find every loophole possible to keep screwing our citizens of their hard-earned money. Wilson, what a weaselly little...
Thank you, Mr. Roosevelt. I'm afraid we're out of time, but it's been such a pleasure speaking with you.
Oh, anytime. The pleasure is all mine. Remember, folks, if you want the change we so desperately needed in America, vote for Roosevelt.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the continuation of the 1912 presidential election interviews. In this interview, we'll be discussing presidential candidate Woodrow Wilson with a die-hard Roosevelt supporter. Nice to meet you, Mr. Butlicker.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Interviewer, sir.
Thank you. Let's get right into the questions. What do you like most about Roosevelt?
I love his charismatic and persistent personality, his dedication to labor reform, and this country's forestry is a primary reason as to why I voted for him and will vote for him yet again.
He does have quite a unique personality. I've heard plenty of reasons as to why Roosevelt is a good candidate for president, but would you mind telling me why you think Wilson isn't a good candidate?
No problem. One of the major issues I have with Wilson is that his New Freedom campaign is that while it does offer more freedom to the people on paper, it will only bind the American people to corporations. It offers no direct benefits to the worker and has no plans for ending child labor or equalizing men and women in the workplace.
Thank you. Interesting. Could you speak a little more to that?
Of course, Wilson's plan by ending monopoly control the economy, all will be well and freedom will be restored. However, corporations are great at finding loopholes in any system that will allow them to squeeze extra labor and time from their employees at little to no extra cost. He wants to lower protective tariffs in order to give the foreign business a bigger place in the American economy and create a stronger banking system to better secure the economy. But will any of this really help end the control corporations have on the economy? American business will still reign supreme and a banking system isn't going to do all the work. I think Roosevelt's plan of using the government to end this control would be much more effective and end up freeing more citizens in the long run.
Riveting. Thank you, good sir. Thank you for being here, Mr. Buttliger. It was a pleasure to have this heart-to-heart, head-to-head consultation.
No problem.
See you later.
All right.